I'm back. It is me. It is officially week 2. Technically, we're already a couple days in. Today is Tuesday, April 9th was Easter, 10/11, April 11th. Guys, I don't look at calendars these days. But we are back. Week 1 went really well. I'll sit down in a second and give you a recap there. But in terms of the body, we are back in these 90s baby shorts, and the shirt is freshly washed, so it's a little bit snugger. Still definitely rounding out when I relax. I haven't noticed any physical changes yet, but my mentality around food and eating, this is again the pose that I'm going to choose. I feel like this is a pose that people choose a lot, right? Do like some Adonis. So I feel like people do pretty much straight on pose, but I want to do a pose where I'm like fully braced and then relaxed, like 180. The next 180 braced. So fully relaxed. Here we are. Back. Now I'm bracing as if I was talking, and back. So this is where I'm at. I'm gonna sit down and chat with you so we can get more into where my week 1 has led me. So I just noticed the shirt got bleached on the collar. I don't know how. We do share a washer and dryer with another unit in the building, so maybe there was like bleach left over and got on some stuff. I have this shirt and then another bralette, which has like a little bleach stain on the under part. Whatever. Bralette won't be seen in the light of day, and this I guess will now just be my shirt for these videos. Started off week 1 really consistent in terms of workouts. I literally, guys, I'm so OCD about some stuff. I like made notes before this video. So I started off strong on Sunday. I did cardio and core workout through the LIFT program. It was sprints, and I have not sprinted in a very long time. I made stories about it, and holy geez, I was sweating, breathing so heavy, but I pushed through. So that was Sunday. I didn't work out on Monday. I took a day off. Totally fine. Tuesday, I did back and arms from the Tone program. My shoulders were on fuego, but felt so good, so strong after, like the endorphins on that, like the circuit style. I just remember like as the circuits went on, those endorphins were pumping, and I was like, this is amazing. I loved it. And then I also did the cardio burn as well. So like an additional 5-minute burn. And that was, I would say, decent. It was like lunges, squats, but like it didn't say to do any weights with those. So it just felt like kind of a half circuit, half of an additional circuit. It was only like 5 minutes. Definitely good to like add on. I think it like rounded out my workout. So I got some legs in there with upper body, which was really nice. Because I'm a literal meme and I love training legs. Like I feel so strong, and my upper body is like wah, wah. So definitely trying to work on my upper body strength. Wednesday I did LISS cardio. So that's the day that I had the disaster with my car. So I did LISS, low impact steady state cardio, on the stepper here in my living room. And then I also did, oh, there goes my pen. I also did a core session, which is part of both of those are part of the Tone program. And then I also added in the cardio burn, which was abs. Also, again, doing this program, I'm trying to also work on like pelvic floor, which Anna Victoria always promotes. Bracing my core, especially in compound movements, is something I'm trying to work on, because as I get stronger, it's going to be more and more important for me to learn how to brace and protect my back, my core, all of that. I watched a funny video from Move You where this woman actually pisses a little bit when she's like lifting heavy, and that apparently can be common if you don't protect your pelvic floor. My legs and quads are the strongest part on my body, so I overcompensate when I lift and I just hammer through on my quads. Now my hamstrings and my glutes are not as strong, so I just like overcompensate. So as I get stronger and get that muscle mind muscle, whatever, connection going, I also want to engage my core. So I'm gonna really try and do core more frequently. Then Thursday, I made it back to the gym. My car was repaired. It was awesome. The bill was not awesome, but my car is now back to life. Thursday, I did legs, lower body, with the lift program. So it's supposed to take, I think, 45 minutes, and it took like 50 minutes for me. I think I've been filming my workouts, like part of them, where like I'll go to the program, look at the cards for what that like next circuit is, and on my rest time I'll like set up the camera, hit record, finish my rest, and then go through like the 3 exercises. But the lift program is set up differently, where you do like each exercise 3 times, like one exercise 3 times or 4 times depending, and then you move on to the next exercise. So it's, I think in terms of filming, I have to like prioritize just doing the workout, but it slows me down a little bit. Also, like I get distracted with like all the rests in between, because you're not just going like 3 exercises and then 30-second rest. You're doing 1 exercise rest, 1 exercise rest. So those rests in between sets are longer if I get distracted. That was Thursday. I didn't work out Friday. I'll get into what I did on Friday in a second, but Saturday I did a full body tone workout at home. Now I thought I had at least 5 to 10 pound weights at home, and for full body it's like more cardio based. I guess all of tone is more cardio based, where the reps you only get 30 seconds rest between each round, which is usually like 3 or 4 exercises in a round in a circuit. So I was like, yeah, 10 pounds, that'll be fine, working on cardio, but I didn't have weights. So I adjusted and did the workout with resistance bands. It was not enough for me. In my stories, which is today, Tuesday, I talked about why that wasn't enough for me. I didn't feel like I was loading enough weight. So I had to kind of be creative in how I set up the exercises. Like for example, there were hip thrusts where in the video, at least, this one, Tone, is Anna Victoria's program, so it's her demonstrating, but she has a resistance band around her like lower quad, and I have a resistance band that's like heavy resistance, and like doing hip thrusts where I'm like driving up, I feel it if I hold. Like I normally in the gym am loading on like at least, I can't do math, but like at least 95 pounds, 100 pounds on the bar to do hip thrusts to feel it. So going from that to just a resistance band, now of course we're adding in, it's a circuit, so we're adding in some cardiovascular, so I feel more fatigued. So I would probably go down in the gym to like maybe like 65 pounds, because it's a cardio, but still 65 versus just body weight, even with the resistance band, was not enough. So I had to do single leg. I'm working with some knee problems, so I didn't do any jumping, so I took that out. I just did like a push-up on my tippy toes if there was jumping. So I modified that for sure, but I need to get either my weights, get higher weights, or at my mom's house we have like an adjustable, what are they called? Adjustable dumbbells, I don't know, where the weights go up to like 25 pounds. So if I loaded that on, with the resistance band added in the cardio, that might be enough. Or I could just double up, just throw a pillow on my lap and double up. But check my Instagram stories for those workouts. Actually, maybe I'll put them in here. I guess I could do that. Okay, so let's talk about nutrition. I don't want to say diet. I feel like that's such like a toxic word. But let's talk about nutrition and food. So this week, I definitely did not hit 80-20, which is kind of what the FitBody app projects is like, should be a good balance where you eat 80% clean, 80% like fueling your body, and 20% can be like not so good. I don't like using the word cheat meal because that just seems like it's not natural, like you're cheating against normal, but like nobody's gonna eat 100% clean 100% of the time, so that's not cheating, that's just life. Yeah, so I don't like saying that, but not as smart and good of choices. So again, going back to my notes, breakfasts were, I think, A+. I am a creature of habit. I could eat the same breakfast every day, and I pretty much had oatmeal with fruit. So I have like a half a cup of oatmeal with frozen fruit, and I just warmed that up. And then most days I had an egg or two, either like just heated up in the pan or boiled. And then lunch, I would give that a meh. Literally what I wrote was meh. I did on Monday, was it Monday? Yeah, Monday I picked up a Too Good To Go bag from a local market, and they had, oh my gosh, what did I get? I called it something, chicken cacciatore, but it was written like the, I think, Italian way, where it's like C-A-C-C-I, I'll put it here. But it was chicken cacciatore with no pasta. It was delicious, but because it was pre-made, like from a market, it was hard for me to like enter that into a tracker. And that was on Monday, so like that kind of set my pace for not tracking for the rest of the week. So I didn't really use the nutrition tracker in the FitBody app or MyFitnessPal. So I didn't really track food that much, but I know generally like having oatmeal and an egg is about 20 to 25 grams of protein, which for me is something I'm focusing on. And intuitively, I think I said this in the last video, I actually undereat, which is mind-blowing. And it's so toxic that we're taught like eat less means you'll lose weight. Research, more like modern research, has shown that that's not true, and we need to eat more protein. I think they're now saying it's like 1 gram per pound of body weight, where before I think it was like half a pound. So it's like literally so much more protein that like modern research has said that you need. Mind-blowing that I grew up my whole like teenage life idolizing people who were smaller, or like that's just what you saw as like good, so to speak. And I just, the most confident I felt in my body is because I feel strong, I feel athletic, I feel lean. I could never imagine myself feeling confident being skinny. Like I want to be athletic. Like that is my goal. That's always been my goal. I don't want to like unpack that further because I just am confident in that. Dinner wise, I would say we're balanced in terms of like I had some meat, I had some carbs, either rice, pasta, something like that, and then a veggie, like a small amount of veggies. I definitely need to up my vegetable intake for the day just to be more balanced. One day I think it was Tuesday, I had a protein shake right after the gym. Tuesday was back day, back and arms. And I had a protein shake in the car on my way back home from the gym. And that's only like a 10-minute drive, maybe even less. And then I came home and was like, oh, now I have to eat dinner. I needed more protein in the day that day, and I knew that, but like having the protein shake, I think was too much. Like it added 1, too many calories, and 2, I didn't feel hungry to eat like a balanced meal. Similarly, let me just see, after leg lift, I was like, oh, on Tuesday, I felt too full from a whole shake, so let me bring a protein bar, because I didn't do the best during the day with food. I had made like a really well-balanced lunch. I had zucchini noodles, zoodles, and meatballs, and then I made a salad. But I was like distracted from watching the Masters to eat the salad, so I didn't eat like enough food throughout the day. So I was like, I know I'll be hungry once I leave the gym, and I took a long shower after the gym. So as soon as I got out of the shower, I was like, okay, I am hungry, like now. Old me would have been like, let me just pick something up quick so that I get home and it's already done, like Panera, Chipotle, Qdoba, something like that. But I was like, I'm gonna eat at home, be, more conscious about my food choices. So I ate a bar. But protein bars can make me bloated at times, and I just felt so uncomfortable, so bloated. So that wasn't the best. So I've noticed I need to be more consistent about when I eat, and especially eat before the gym, so I'm not like feeling that hunger after the gym, if that makes sense. Then we hit Friday. Friday, not so good. I started off, like I said, breakfasts have been A+. I started off with overnight oats, just like 1 serving of overnight oats. That was my breakfast on Friday. Then Friday for lunch, I went out for a friend's birthday, which was really fun. A bunch of us got together and we went to a restaurant, and I ordered nachos. Not great, but again, 80-20, there's gonna be times where like I'm not eating super healthy, which is fine. And I ate mostly the toppings, so like the pico, the chicken, with some cheese, not too many chips. But then the catch is that I was going to meet a friend for dinner. So I wasn't hungry because they were pretty much back to back. Like I ended, like this lunch party ended around 3:30, and then I went to go meet my friend around 5:30. So and we were drinking at lunch. And then I also was drinking with my friend, like basically met for drinks and dinner. So I wasn't hungry, but I ate arancini, I'm sorry, any Italians, I'm sorry. But I ate those. It was like, they're small, they're probably like this big, 4 of those for dinner. And then they basically drank my calories for most of the day on Friday. Saturday, I woke up, I don't even remember if I had breakfast. This is why I'm making these videos once a week, because I will not remember if I'm like, recap 3 weeks. The day I did the resistance full body tone workout. And then immediately after that, like I power showered. I think it was like one of the shortest showers I've ever taken. I took a shower and then went to go meet my brother's girlfriend's parents, well, and everybody else, for lunch, where I had a burger. So that's why I don't think I had breakfast. I'm not sure. I must have had something, like maybe even just a yogurt. And like, what's the beer of choice? So we had several Sam Seasonals. Then we went on a walk like around the city, ended up at Sam Adams Tap Room, which is really fun if you haven't gone. It's like a good place to just chill and have a beer, and they have a patio. It was warming up and we had several beers there. So then I came home, and I'm trying to remember what I did for dinner. I'm pretty sure I ate something with the boyfriend. Like we reheated some meat or something that we had already cooked. And Sunday was Easter. So we woke up, the boyfriend and I, we had oatmeal and eggs, breakfast, A+, and then we went over to a friend's barbecue, where I had like basically a double patty burger. Again, I was getting hungry and it was like fresh off the grill burgers and the warmest day we had had so far. And it's just something about like a freshly grilled burger, which it just smells and it's just nostalgia. So I had a double patty burger because they were kind of thin. And then all the sweets, all the candies. We decorated cookies. They had like pastries, beers. I didn't go too wild, but like when we got home, I felt it. I felt so bloated, like a lot of beers on Saturday, a lot of beers on Sunday. I was feeling it. So we definitely didn't hit the 80-20, but I didn't do poorly. So week 2, I definitely want to prioritize tracking more, at least on the days that I don't work out. I think that's going to be the key for me, is tracking days that I don't work out, because I'm not going to have like, I'm not going to be as aware of like fueling my body, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at entering into week 2. Like I said, I haven't seen any physical changes, but my mentality around working out and nutrition has definitely taken a shift towards being more balanced and being more consistent. So we're headed in the right direction. That's what I'm counting on. I'm not like imagining in boom, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I'm gonna see change. Like I said, my previous journey of change, it took me about 2 months to really like start to feel confident. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for this challenge, as long as I'm consistent. And I'm excited to keep going. So that is week 1.